Question number 161. The second heart sound is heard through the stethoscope during each cardiac cycle when? The options given are AV node receives signal from SA node, AV valves open due to impulse from AVN, ventricular walls vibrate due to gushing of blood from atria, semilunar valves close after blood flows into the respective vessels from ventricles. The second heart sound is called dub, or you can also write double B, and this dub is heard when there is closure of semilunar valves. So the correct answer to this question is option number 4, when semilunar valves close after blood flows into the respective vessels from the ventricles. This is a correct answer to our question. Let's discuss rest of the options. The next option is AV node receives signal from SA node, and the next option is AV valves open due to impulse from AVN. And these are the incorrect options because these events indicate atrial systole, and during atrial systole there would be opening of AV valves or atrioventricular valves, and it will not lead to the production of second heart sound. The next option is ventricular walls vibrate due to gushing of blood from atria, and this is also an incorrect option. The first heart sound, on the other hand, is heard when there is closure of atrioventricular valves. So the correct answer to this question is option number 4. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 162. Under normal physiological conditions, erythropoiesis in an adult male occurs in, and the options given are kidneys and bone marrow, liver and kidneys, spleen, and the last option is red bone marrow. Erythropoiesis means production of red blood cells or RBCs. Erythropoiesis occurs by yolk sac in early embryonic life and by liver and spleen in late embryonic life. Whereas in adults, erythropoiesis occurs in red bone marrow. So the correct answer to this question is option number 4, whereas option number 1, kidneys and bone marrow, option number 2, liver and kidneys, and option number 3, spleen are incorrect options. And the correct answer to this question is option number 4. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 163. A person tries to hold his breath for 1 minute. Which of the following changes in blood would first lead to an urge to breathe? Which will first lead to an urge to breathe? And the options given are fall in oxygen concentration, rise in carbon dioxide concentration, third option is rise in pH, that means alkaline pH, and the last option is fall in osmolarity. And the correct answer to this question is option number 2, rise in carbon dioxide concentration. Because if a person holds his breath, fresh air is not inhaled, so fresh supply of oxygen is arrested, and concentration of carbon dioxide, however, continues to rise in blood, producing an urge to breathe. So the correct answer would be option number 2, whereas option number 1, fall in oxygen concentration, cannot be a correct answer. Option number 3, rise in pH, cannot be a correct answer. The possible answer could be fall in pH or acidic pH or high hydrogen ion concentration. The next option is fall in osmolarity, and this cannot be a correct answer to our question. So the correct answer would be option number 2. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 164. The maximum amount of carbon dioxide is transported by blood in the form of, and the options given are bicarbonate ions, dissolved gas, carboxyhemoglobin, and the last option is carbaminohemoglobin. And the correct answer to this question is option number 1, bicarbonate ions, because nearly 70% of carbon dioxide is transported in blood in the form of bicarbonate ions. So the maximum amount of carbon dioxide is transported in blood in the form of bicarbonate ions. The next option is dissolved gas, and this cannot be a correct answer to our question because nearly 7% of carbon dioxide is transported in blood or in plasma as dissolved gas. And the next option is carboxyhemoglobin, which cannot be a correct answer to our question because carbon monoxide binds with hemoglobin to form carboxyhemoglobin. And the last option is carbaminohemoglobin, and this is also an incorrect option because nearly 20 to 25% of carbon dioxide is transported in the form of carbaminohemoglobin, but still maximum amount of CO2 is transported in the form of bicarbonate ions. So the correct answer is option number 1. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 165. If carbon dioxide concentration in blood increases, then breathing rate can be primarily regulated by all except. Options given are medulla oblongata, chemoreceptors, pneumotaxic center, and the last option is hypothalamus. And the correct answer is option number 4, hypothalamus, because hypothalamus is the hunger and satiety center, whereas medulla oblongata, chemoreceptors, and pneumotaxic center, they all are responsible for primarily regulating the breathing rate when there is increase in carbon dioxide concentration in blood. So these cannot be the correct answer. And the correct answer is option number 4. Let's move on to the next question.